मर्द नहीं रोते is not the society that we should expect.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Heritage Pod. I am Agnik De, your host for today. And today we will be discussing on an important topic, why your why matters. Well, being citizens of democracy, freedom of speech is a must. And today we will be discussing that why questioning is so important in this society. Well, today I have with me a pioneer of communication and brand strategist, former radio jockey and founder of Roops, none other than Roopsha Dasguupta.
So ma'am, can you share some experience of yours where the perspective of why has shifted from one place to another in your life?
Wow, that's a very intriguing question. I think my life began with a why. So I'll give you a little story about my life. So I was the second girl child born to a mother who actually welcomed the second child hoping it's going to be a boy. So why am I not a boy is the first thing that, lingered, and I'm more than 40 years old and still that why is something that has always been in my life. And till my mom was alive, I would always tease her, okay, what if I was a boy? So life begins with a why, but moving away from my personal experience, I think as a child, the curiosity leads to the why. And as I grew older, it's about exploration. It's about trying to know something deeper beyond what is around. Again, coming back a little about my life and story, when we go to a school, we see so many students, and I belong to a class, I went to Carmel. But I was not the backbencher, but I was not the first, second, third as well. So there is that average student in class, but extremely, I'm there across all talent hunts of painting, talking, drawing, etc., etc. But again, my mom kept asking, why am I not as good in studies like my elder sister? So when you have siblings at home and you have siblings who are great in studies, why is something when it comes as a comparison too? So that why is a botheration. So I think avoiding the why that compares is something very important, especially for parents at home who handle multiple children. And also I think in some schools and colleges, we have this tendency as, X is doing this, why can't you do that? I think that why is very irritating, and that why is something that I would like to avoid in my life completely. And I as a person, obviously, completely I'm dead against this why of comparison. But again, coming back to your answer, the why of trying to find a place is very important when we actually start learning that yes, we are born for a purpose. Everybody is born to, go onto a certain path. And the day we all find that could be completely different at whatever age we might find that why do you think I'm blessing this earth? Why is, the day coming so beautifully in my life? The day when we find that answer is the day I think half the battle is won and we are far happier as an individual.
So ma'am, as you said that questioning helps to grow us. So how do you think why helped you grow in a much better way in your life?
I have been curious. I am somebody who's got questions. If I don't understand something, it's instantly asked. So I'm a person who actually lives without filter, and my best friend has the best thing to say about me, that whatever is in my heart is here. So whenever there's a why, I do not think much before asking. But again, not always am I right to ask. At the same time, if I don't ask, how will I know? And I think it is better to have lesser burden of unsaid words or unasked questions. Hence, seeking answer is very important. But while we are trying to seek answer, please let's not just depend on the social media and the Google of the world. I would still say that the libraries might have lesser population, but the books always have the most value. So please refer to the right books, get the right knowledge. Whenever there is a why in your life that seeks a definite answer, do not just depend on open resources.
Our team has prepared some situations. I'll be asking those situations to Roopsha ma'am, and ma'am will be letting us know that from her perspective, will she ask and question in that situation or will she let it go? So ma'am, when we travel in public transport, there are these senior citizen seats and we often see children sitting in these seats. So should you think this be questioned or should it let it go?
Of course, it should be questioned, and children should be taught the right manners at the right time.
So do you think this situation of Ghibli art made by AI be questioned or should we let it go?
I am definitely not into AI depiction of classic art, and I personally did not choose the AI tool to get one of my photos Ghibli sized. So I think I will let it go, but the founders and the makers definitely are questioning.
I am really curious to know the answer of this question as a man. Like society expects us men not to cry. So what do you think? Should it be questioned or should we let the situation go off?
Definitely, I want to ask this society, do you cry or not cry? Tears do not come with a gender in it, and I think it is but right for both men and women to cry and sometimes hug each other and cry. And this society that says mard nahi rote is not the society that we should expect.
Society expects women to have a certain lifestyle. Like women should get married after a certain age, they should have children after a certain age. So what's your opinion on this?
It definitely should be questioned, because I think the times have changed. Women have got many colors. The societal norm of certain things, of course, that stands true, but at the same time, there are too many women around me, those who are so happily single, those who are married but without children. It's, I think, all about the choice we make as women, and the sheer fact that life is individually to be lived and not a society that runs the rules for the life. That's what I believe in. So definitely it deserves to be questioned.
Well, in today's world, the internet is very vast and we have various kinds of content, and people have a problem with a lot of content. So do you think the use of foul language or abusive language in any sort of content, should it be questioned by the audience or should they let it go?
This whole scope of entertainment equal to being foul or being, really over the top, I think right now the trend will get a bit curved with the recent influencers getting pulled up for various things. And I think it is high time that we as people understand what is right and what is not. So usage of foul language or abusive language or cuss words, which have really become a part of social media content, even films, I definitely would like to question that why do we need to add it?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming to the Heritage Pod. It was wonderful interacting with you.
So yeah, I would just like to say that it's been an amazing experience, Agnik, chatting up with you at the Heritage Pod. And my only thing I would like all of you to remember is, there is something, it's a very famous thing they always say, why me? And again, it ends with try me. So through every why that we face, we should just try to discover, rediscover, explore, grow, and be happy.
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the Heritage Pod and keep following us for more updates.